Can you be too vulnerable as a leader? Maybe. Decades ago, it was not cool to be vulnerable as a leader. You didn't want to be empathetic as a leader. And there's a movement that came that vulnerability is good, empathy is good as a leader. And I 100% agree with that. I've done workshops and keynotes internationally about promoting empathy and vulnerability as a leader and as a communicator. But we do have to be careful as a leader to sometimes not be too vulnerable depending on the situation. You don't want to go to your team in a time of crisis and go, I don't know what to do, help me. Because that will just actually cause more confusion and more people are going to start, you're kind of muddying the waters as far as like, well, where's the clarity? Where are we going to go? Who's going to lead us? And so here's some things that you can do to be vulnerable as a leader, but also be clear. Number one, be vulnerable in terms of seeking understanding. So you don't have to come to your team and say, oh, I'm losing so much sleep, I don't know what to do, I'm really nervous, help me, everybody. But you can say, hey, we're coming up on a really challenging time, and we're looking at all of the factors that are involved, and what I really want to do is I want to take in all of your input. Please provide for me your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings about what we're entering. I would love to kind of take all of this into consideration so we can make the best decision possible. You're creating a container for people to feel safe to share. Maybe they're sharing things that you disagree with. Maybe they're sharing feelings that you are uncomfortable with. Maybe they're angry. You need to allow space for that. You need to create a culture of us where there's a container for people to say, here's what I feel, here's what I think, and for you to be able to receive that. Even internally, you might be thinking, that's a horrible idea, but you don't want to say that to your team. You want to say, thank you very much for sharing that. Because now what you're doing is you're gathering information. You're showing strength as a leader. Even internally, you might be thinking, I don't know what to do. But you're showing strength as a leader by inviting others to come in and share their thoughts and feelings and opinions. And guess what? That's what good leaders do, because they're going to be ones that are going to inform you to help you make better decisions moving forward. So you position it as a position of strength and understanding. You're not faking it. You really want their opinions and thoughts and ideas on what to do in a particular situation. That's number one. Number two, you can share stories of vulnerability, but you want to share stories of how you came out on the other side and what decisions you made. So you could share something about, hey, a few years ago when we were going through COVID, there was a lot of uncertainty. We had to make a lot of difficult decisions. Here's what we did. Here's how we succeeded. Here's how we moved forward. Now we're facing a new set of challenges. Let's face these challenges together. So you're sharing a success story, but you're still sharing your feelings of vulnerability. You're just showing the pathway of how you came out of it and that you can learn and actually move forward by doing the same thing. Number three, share stories of others too. Other stories of changes and vulnerability and difficulty that people have in different organizations or situations and say, hey, they navigated through these changes. A little bit like change management, but that's where a lot of that's where leadership comes in. Leadership's easy when everything's easy, right? Leadership is hard when everything is hard. Here's what's really important though, is that you still want to have people that you really can share your feelings with. It may not be for your team, but you need to have a coworker, a colleague, a coach, a counselor. Please go see that. Somebody else in the industry that's not part of your company, whatever it might be, whoever it is, that you can actually go to them and say, yeah, I'm losing sleep at night. Yeah, I'm having a hard time with this right now. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Because as you're able to process and grow in your own feelings through this, you're actually able to better lead your team because you're going to have more clarity in yourself. So absolutely, be empathetic, be vulnerable, but do it from a position also of clarity, strength, and direction.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Bloopers!
Right, is that recording?
Now it is, but yeah.
And so here's some things that you can do to be vulnerable as a leader, but also be clear. Number one, be clear.
Simple as that.
I'm done. That's it. Yeah. All right, I'll start over again anyway.
Yes, perfect.
I'm ready. Okay.
3, 2, 1, action.
Maybe we're too vulnerable.